gosh.
All right, in this episode, joined by Mrs. Marlowe, uh, longtime early college educator, going back all the way to the beginning. Miss Marlowe, how are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you, Mr. Chappell?
Doing good. Excited for it being a Friday. All right, so where did you work before early college?
I've always worked for Horry County Schools, and I started at Whittemore Park Middle, and I was there for 5 years. And then I transferred to St. James Middle because that's where I'm in the Surfside St. James attendance area. And we just wanted to start a family, and I wanted to be closer to where I lived. And then one day I was observed by our district supervisor, and she told me about the opportunity to be at early college. And I would never probably have even pursued it because I was completely happy at St. James. But she had me so curious and interested that I decided I would take a chance. And I'm very thankful that I did.
All right, so the idea is pitched to you, the concept is pitched. What excites you about the concept?
What excited me about the concept was giving students who had not or would not maybe have the opportunity to go to college that chance. I'd always worked with different types of students. I'd worked with gifted and talented. I'd worked with inclusion students, students of all different abilities. And I knew how important it was that we recognize the strengths of all students. And I felt like early college could do that. We could see the strengths and the potential in all students and just give them that push that they needed.
I think that for so many, it's kind of hard to wrap your head around starting a new school and perhaps even more so a new program. Uh, how'd you guys get ready leading up to the opening in 2006?
Oh my gosh, we had so many different meetings with so many different people. We traveled to different places. We attended conferences. We had so many roundtable meetings. There was a lot of thought and preparation put into it. I don't even think I could describe in detail all the things that we did, but a lot of meetings, a lot of studying, a lot of observing, looking at other programs that had the type of scheduling and potential that we thought we wanted early college to have.
Gotcha. How many teachers and administrators do you start off with?
I think we only had 6 or 7. We didn't even have an administrator. We had a director, and he was great. But as the school evolved, he needed more help, and that's when Ms. Grimmick came in, and she was phenomenal. But we only had there was me and Miss Cox as English teachers. I think Miss Thompson and Miss Baldwin as math teachers. Mr. Todd as in your role, social studies, and Ms. Lee as PE. I'm leaving out somebody. I'm leaving out foreign language.
Herndon.
Oh, Mr. Herndon. How could I forget Mr. Herndon? Oh, he'll kill me. Mr. Herndon for science. And then I can't remember who was foreign language. Who was our foreign language? Do you remember?
We've
No.
always had Miss Stanton slash Kalos for me.
Maybe we had somebody before her, but we did have foreign language before. I just can't remember that person's name. So a very small community, and we became very close that way.
Yeah, if you can get everybody in a minivan, that's saying something.
And that was true. Mr. Herndon joked because when I think we were in San Francisco, he was the driver of a minivan, or maybe it was in Atlanta. We got to go so many places to learn so many things. He referred to the van as it was his chick magnet because all the female teachers got out.
Very nice.
That's a Mr. Herndon joke. Mm-hmm.
Very nice. All right, so very small faculty. How big that first class?
Oh, goodness. The first class we took in everyone that wanted to attend. So can't remember that number. Do you know the number? I'm sure you do.
150 something.
I think that's right. Yeah. It was a big number for us. And then we figured it out. We figured out that, early college might not be for everybody. And students figure it out too. So, some decide not to come during bridge week, and that's okay.
What were some of the big obstacles there in the first year?
Oh goodness. Well, we were sharing space with Ori Georgetown Technical College, and we were in the building that housed the president and the vice president. And you're teaching high school kids, and they're in the ninth grade to start with, and you have to teach them how to be quiet and interact with adults on campus. And we didn't have a cafeteria, so we had to use a little sort of breakfast area or a little cafeteria area, and the food had to be brought in from Carolina Forest High School on a van. And then when we evolved and we got to use a bigger space at Roy Georgetown Tech, we had to walk to the cafeteria in the rain. So that was a big memory. I'm sure lots of people will remember that.
Lots of flooded walkways, as I
Lot.
recall,
Yes,
especially second and third lunches.
yes.
All right, so we're trying to figure this out. Obviously, the space is a challenge. Uh, we're whittling out some of the students where it's just not a good fit. Uh, how did you see it kind of transform from that first year where it's a lot of trial and error, it's a lot of guessing, it's a lot of hoping, uh, to a more sustainable model with more predictable outcomes?
I think when we got the interview process down a little bit, we came up with questions that we would ask students, and we would go out to the middle schools and we would actually interview students and talk to them about their needs and their ideas and why they would want to attend a school like early college. That really helped a good bit.
How's the advisory program come about?
We went to San Francisco, and we watched another school, and we learned a lot about how advisory was formed and made. And we came back and we brought those ideas and we shared those ideas with others, and we tried to incorporate those the best we could. And I don't know that we started out in the best possible way. We had a lot of growing and a lot of learning to do, but I think that advisory is one of my very favorite parts of early college. I still love, well, I loved all of my students, but you have a special bond with your advisory students.
For sure. Do you remember your first advisory name?
I do. We were Marlowe's Mad Hatters.
Mad Hatters. That's exciting.
Mad Hatters. Yes.
It's fun. You could do a lot with Mad Hatters.
Hmm. We
It's
did.
just got my newest group. We're the champions again.
Weren't you always the champions?
Not always. We've had some different ones over the years, but someone will
Okay.
stick with. We've had Dream Chasers, Challengers, Hurricane Chapel.
Okay.
Champions definitely wins. Alliteration's hard, but Champions
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah, that is.
They already have songs written, all kinds of stuff already exists. T-shirts, brands, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, wow. You
So
go,
really,
Mr.
it's
Chapel.
getting smarter as I get older. All right.
Yeah.
So advisory, obviously a big piece. Avid, how do you kind of perceive Avid and its role in our students' success stories?
Oh, Avid is key. Um, the tutoring that goes on with being in the Avid classroom, with students being able to access someone to get extra help if they need it. Maybe we're not always able to do that in our classes, but there's a good chance that we are, because our classes are usually pretty small and we can give extra help. But Avid just reinforces it. They really help us when we have projects. They help with especially the college classes. The college classes probably need even more reinforcement than some of the high school classes. So I just think Avid is so key and so crucial to their success.
And how do you see like the evolution of the faculty and staff? You mentioned we're starting off six or seven. Now we're a solid 25 teachers, plus a full
Crazy.
front office, guidance, health, everything. Uh, how would you describe the evolution there?
I think we needed more because we would add a grade every year. So we'd get more students. So of course we would need more faculty, and then with more faculty and more students, you needed more of the full office staff. We needed all those positions, but it's been great to see the successful educators that we've had come through early college. We've had some tremendous educators come from early college, but it's been a growing process because we add every year, or
Yeah,
the first, you know what I mean,
right.
first years.
Even now, we still grow, which is a good thing, really good thing. Uh, what was your favorite event year after year?
Oh gosh, year after year, favorite event.
Or it
That's
might be
a
an
tough
event.
one.
I know.
That is really tough. I loved all of the things that we did with advisory. One of my favorite ones was the recycled talent show, or the recycled fashion show. That was fun when we got to use recycled materials to, do our fashion show. The talent shows were fun. You got to see the diverse skills students had. Um, the winter formal was always really nice to see students get a chance to dress up and go somewhere nice and have a good night. I don't, it would be hard to narrow it down to just one.
Sure.
What's your favorite?
Um, I don't know. Graduations.
Oh yeah, I don't know how we forget graduation, but definitely graduation for
There's just
sure.
something about actually seeing it to the finish that I really
Yeah,
appreciate because I see it more as a process.
true.
It's not just about graduation, but the process of getting to it. We just held a graduation down in our lobby a few minutes ago, uh, which was different, but really cool too. Like, so graduations. What has been your favorite community service project that you've been a part of?
I really like when we helped with the Salvation Army, the canned food drive. I felt like we got all the advisories sort of involved at when we did it as a challenge, and we were able to some years receive the award for producing or having the most donations, and that was out of all the high schools participating. And then we would be one of the smallest schools participating, yet we did so much. So that was one that I always felt good about.
It's a good one for sure. All right, so you have been an English teacher for your career. Why is English and writing in particular such an important skill uh, that kids need to learn?
Well, you need it for every subject. It's not just for English class. You're going to need it for everything that you do. You have to read and you have to write in most any job that you're going to have, whether it's a little or a lot. Even if you're doing a skilled job, um, you still need all those strengths. So you get the basics for that in English, and we just help you build that foundation.
What advice would you give a struggling reader?
To read more, to try to read more, the more, and to read something that they're interested in. If you pick something that you like, you'll stick to it a lot better. So pick something you like and try to read more.
What advice for the struggling writers?
Write more. Just practice as much as you can. And I love one of the things that I love about early college is I still have students that will email me and ask me to read their papers. And I love doing that for them. And I love seeing that they have progressed so much. I'm thinking about one student in particular who's working on her master's in library science right now. And her writing is just beautiful. And I'm so proud of her. So I love the fact that you can see their development and their progression.
The progression is pretty amazing. You really
It
think about
is.
it, especially if you teach at the younger grades too, and then to see how it fully comes full circle.
I'm
That's cool.
sure.
I think those are all the questions I have for you.
Okay.
You want to hang out 1 second once I stop the recording and talk about a couple more things. But
Okay.
this is Marlowe. Thank you.
You're welcome. I enjoy reminiscing about the good old days.
One of the originals. Thank you.